Hello, today we are being visited by Susan, a cisgender white female. She's coming to counseling with complaints and concerns about toxic relationships that she believes is adding to her depression. Hi, Susan. Thanks for coming in today.
Thank you.
It's nice to see you.
You too.
Um, I know you had some relationship concerns that you wanted to get, and I'm sure you're eager to get started on. And you have some depression concerns as well.
That's
And I would like to get into that too. There are just a couple of housekeeping items that we need to attend to, some business things before we can actually begin to proceed into treatment, if
Okay.
that's okay. So the first thing is limits to confidentiality, and there are actually limits to. There are situations where I'm legally obligated to share information, relevant information, which might take place in one of our sessions.
Okay.
One of those scenarios would be if a court ordered me to do that for whatever reason, if they subpoena or court order that
Okay.
information. Another situation where that may happen is if I know that you have an intent, you have intent to harm yourself or another person, I'm legally obligated to contact authorities in that situation and share relevant information to that scenario.
Okay.
Another one is if you say if there's any mention any child abuse or elder abuse, and that doesn't have to be specifically yourself. It could be somebody that you think might. I'm obligated to report that.
Okay.
Do those make sense?
That makes sense.
Okay. The next thing I thought maybe we would talk about is the nature of therapy. And I should mention that I'm brand new to my clinical practice, my private practice, and you are one of my first clients, and so I feel obligated to let you know. And we can talk specifics about um, where and what I've learned if you want to do that through the session, but I need to let you know that that's where I am professionally up front.
Okay.
I know that have you been to therapy in the past
Not
ever?
really. No.
So there are risks and benefits to therapy, and what I mean by that is oftentimes we're sort of in the present moment digging into the past a little bit, going back. Sometimes we go back into our life to look at things so that we understand where we are today. And so that presents some risk in that it can feel triggering in some respects. It can feel quite disconnecting, maybe, in a lot of ways. So a lot of stuff can come up during the course of therapy, expected or unexpected. And we can do specific and talk specific plans and strategies for if that happened. Okay. The benefits to therapy are that that process of digging into our past and sort of coming back full circle to where we are now oftentimes gives us a great deal of insight. And I'll speak to you from my own experience that I've done my own work as a therapist on myself in my own therapy, and that I found that to be so. That though I have to kind of go back into past situations that aren't comfortable and can feel very vulnerable, oftentimes I come away with a better sense of where I want to go, if that makes sense to you.
It does.
Um, So the nature of therapy is uh, is basically this is your insight,
Mhm.
right? This will be your process. This is your treatment. I'm here to facilitate, your betterment and your own insights going forward. And that's kind of the nature is to promote growth in your life. So these certain concerns that you have and you're coming here with are addressed and that you feel comfortable in the way that they're being addressed. And I'm here to help in every way that I can in that process. Okay. In order to do that, this process takes a fair amount of voluntariness. And what that means is that I can't give you, I can't expect you to give me insights. This has to be your process. And so the more voluntary and willing you are to share and reveal some of those vulnerabilities and to sort of make your own connections, the more productive and the richer this experience will be for you. I'm sure of that. Okay. So at this time, at this point, I wanted to ask: do you have any questions or concerns for me?
No, I think you outlined everything really well. Thank you.
Excellent.